Today I'm joining in with Susan Hiles Art and her hashtag Stamp and Sew mini collaboration. I've stamped my butterfly and I'm going to put it in this little ring because I think it's going to be easier to stitch. I think that's going to be a lot easier. I'm going to start using these little hoops. I've got some hoops and I'm going to start using them a bit more because I think it will be easier. The colours I've chosen are on here. Now this is just a vintage pattern. I'm cross stitch, I think, and I just love it because all the colours already coordinate, which is brilliant for me. So look out for these little kits in your charity shops and your thrift shops because, you know, you've got your colours ready done. Perfect. So I've threaded a few needles and I think what I'm going to do first is these little loops. These look like fun. So let's see how close I am so I can come up a bit more. Okay, so I'm going to come up in the corner like that. And then I'm going to do like a long daisy stitch up to the top of that little pattern. Now, I'm lucky because there is patterns on it. If there wasn't, I'd have just had to make something up. But I might as well follow the pattern. So I'm looping it round. Like that. And I might leave the middle and I can redo a different colour in there if I feel like it. So do we have any more? Yes, we've got another little one here. So I'm going to do the same. Go down just like a daisy chain stitch or a lazy daisy. Now I don't want to twist, so I'm going to keep this on the same side and go round and pull it through. And just go down just to tie that knot so it doesn't come undone. Oh, come on. I'm going to do this one. I don't know. Don't think I can make it go around the corner, but you know, it'll be butterfly-ish. Okay, and take my cotton. Bit fiddly for me. I'm trying to leave a bit of a colour inside where I can add. And I think we'll go over. Should we do this one? Let's do this little tiny one here. Now, I don't think this will work here, but I'm going to turn it into another one of these stitches. I know it isn't, but you know, I'm doing them. And I could just go straight to the next stitch, but I'm making sure that these are down properly. So I'm going to do this on all of these. Like that. So while we're stitching, I've got some news. And I thought I should do it like this because it is big, massive news. I'm going to be changing up a bit with my channel. This one will stay as it's always been, a bit of a hodgepodge of all sorts of things that I feel like doing. I have decided that it is time to split my channel. I'm going to be doing a stitching channel, which is just going to be my slow stitching, the texture stitching and all the stitching. I may go right back to the beginning and learn some stitches, and if you want to join me, I would love that. So I think it's going to be exciting and I'm really looking forward to it. I just feel it's time to separate off with the stitching because it's like one of my favourite things to do, and I just want to put it in a little compartment. I want to put it in a little box like that. That's my stitching. This is my everything else I love to do box. For the first few videos, we're going to do basic stitching, so very, very beginner friendly. I will be doing shout outs to all the new subscribers. You know, we'll be having your names coming up on the side. I'm gonna really try and make it a community of stitchers, and I think it's gonna be so much fun. And I really want to share it with you. So please come over. You can tell me I was on your old channel. I mean, some of you I will know, obviously, because you're here every week. There's the Snowbell. She'll be in both videos. Oh, she's knocking things. What are you knocking off? What are you doing? Meow. Yeah, they don't want to see you. Turn around, show your face. Snowbell, say hello. Say hello. No. Okay. She's going to be as stubborn as ever. And we're just going to let her do what she usually does. So I'm going to finish off the butterfly. And I hope that you will pop over and of course stay here as well, because I'm going to be doing all sorts of stuff on this channel. This is going to be just a mishmash. It's going to be, what do I fancy doing this week? I think I'll do some gel printing. Oh, I think I'll do some junk journaling. I think I'll do some collage. Oh, I might go for a walk. You know, so I think it's going to be, they're both going to be fun, but they're going to be so different, which is why I wanted to split them up. So I'll shut up now, because once I get going, you can't shut me up. And I will see you all very soon. Bye, guys. Okay, so I think next I'm going to finish one side with you guys, and then I'll do the other side afterwards and come back and show you the finished thing. I think what I'm going to do next is use this green and do a stitch all the way round. I think this is stem stitch. I'll have to double check. Is you leave a loop like that, and you come up just there. There's loads of videos on how to do this. So, or I could be inventing another stitch, because I do that. Because I just play around with the threads and see what happens. Just move it over, go down. And then come up in between. And it makes like a rope, which is, I think, really cool. So I'm going to go round the edge of my butterfly to give him an outline. Sorry. Up, in between, down, leave a loop. Up in the middle. Once you get in the swing of it, you're off and running. It's like blanket stitch. Just got to get going. Right, so you've got your loop. Come up in the middle of the two stitches. I mean, I could show you how to do a row of these, but I think it's much more fun actually seeing actually seeing it done in a project. That's the way I like to practice. Not doing rows and rows of things. Although samplers are pretty cool. But you can do a sampler in any sort of way. You can just make a picture of all different stitches. Oh, there's an idea. Plus, anybody has any ideas for what they'd like to see in the new channel, I am open to suggestions. Pull it through. Very simple, but I think really effective stitch. That's not a very big loop. It doesn't matter as long as you keep it out the way when you come up. What do you think? I like it. I think the colours are gorgeous. So we're just going to carry on all the way round. I don't know how much of this you want to watch. If you don't want to watch it all, just flash forward. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how we are all going to manage this new channel. It's all going to be quite experimental to start with. See what you all like. See what the level of stitching, sewing, anything to do with the needle and thread. You know, because I know there's some people who are quite experienced. I am not. I just enjoy it, and I just want to share my love of stitching. I'm moving across, aren't I? Sorry. Right, so let's try that again. This one's going to be a bit trickier because it's quite big. So we're going to come up. And we're going to go right to the very top, like we did before. And wrap this around. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you sit and watch the whole lot of this all over again. Come down, just to knot that down so it stays there. And then I'm going to come up and just put one tiny, tiny little stitch in, just to hold it away from the centre one. And I think that will work. What do you think? We'll have one more go. Let's have a look, see if I can do it again, because this could be a fluke. I don't think this one had one, actually. Did that have one? It can have one. It can have one. It didn't, but it can. Let's just do it anyway. Oh, look what I forgot to do. But if you forget, it's fine, because you just... you just find your centre of your thread, which is now buckled everywhere, and just loop it like that. If you forget to do the little round the needle. It would definitely need to come up and hold those stitches. I think that works. And you can then see all the stitches. So what I'm going to do is, I think, just finish these off the same, because butterflies are mainly the same. Oops. Oh, that goes that way. That's weird. All the other ones have gone the other way. So round and through. This might work because it's only a little tiny stitch. So we might be okay. And remember, these weren't actually this sort of stitch. I just made it up in here. Let's do it from there. Why not? I can make it up as I go along. Do a lot of that, making it up as I go along. Pull that through. Don't pull it too tight, else you lose your little pattern. There we go. And that one is folding over, so I'm going to put a little stitch in it. Why not? Here we go. So that I'm going to carry on and do on that side. I have finished off most of the pattern on the butterfly, and I'm just filling in the little bits in between. And I'm still debating whether to do some eyes. I think that's what they're called, on the butterfly's wings. That was a bit too tiny, that stitch. So I'll just check them in frame. Oh, I'm off again. I keep going over. Right, stay there, Carol. All right. Yeah, I think I might need something in each of the wings. And I was thinking about black. I was thinking on putting black on, but I think it might be too much. So I am considering brown. I think brown would be enough of a contrast with these delicate colours. So just a couple more of the seed stitches in them gaps, and then what I'll do is we'll do the body and his little feelers. I know they've got a name, can't think what it is. But we're gonna do that next, and then I might just finish it off with maybe 2 like circles of some kind, maybe a big French knot or a couple of French knots. I'm gonna have to get a butterfly book out and have a look, I think, just to see. So I can't remember whether there was one in the pattern. I could get my butterfly stamp out and have a look. Okay, I think that's it. Let's look at all the stitches on the back. I quite like the back of things. What I'm thinking for the body is some little, just tiny little satin stitches, which are basically straight stitches close together. Oops, I don't know what's going on here. So hopefully I can get them close enough together. If I have to go back, maybe I might leave those just with a little bit of a gap like that. And then when I get to his actual body, I'm going to try and close them right up. Whoops. Let's move them out the way because I'm getting tangled up. Right close together. It might be a bit wobbly, but I think it'll be good. I think it'll be fine. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm nearly there. And then we're going to put it in the book. But I think that's going to be next week. And then we're going to see what comments we get. See if anybody's given me any suggestions for the last page in the book. Otherwise, I'll be thinking of something for myself. And that video is actually going to be on my new channel. We're going to move over as of next week. So if you want to see how this mini book is all finished, then please head over and subscribe to my new channel, and we'll see if we can get off to a running start. I'm going to do a bit of a bigger stitch here just for his head, like that. Oh my goodness me, my eyes. My eyes. I'm just going to fill in a bit more of his body while I've got this cotton on my needle. As I can see, there's a few gaps as we go down, and I want this bit quite full, and then when it gets to the tail end I'm going to leave it, but I just maybe want this one filled up. There we go. I like that. I think that's really cute. So we're going to finish that off, the little antennae out of this, by just doing a bit of just a straight stitch, maybe a bit of a split stitch, so I can keep it in a straight line. Oh, I love how this has turned out. Thank you so much, Joanne, for another fantastic idea. You can be my ideas person for the new channel. In collaboration with... She always comes up with like really cool ideas. And of course, I do have to thank Susan at Susan Hiles Art, because she's the one who has started this stamp and sew collaboration. It's not collaboration, it's a join in if you want to join in. So I'm going to do a little French knot at the end of here. So just a couple of little rounds and down. And what I'm going to do, I think, is just sort of come back down to the bottom. I don't want to see it. So I'm just gonna come down and sort of loop. Yep, this is my style of stitching. Winging it stitching. So as I say, oh, Susan Hiles Art. If you don't know Susan, then please pop over to her channel. She does now, she's doing a lot of slow stitching, and she puts her videos out on a Monday. So if you are into stitching, she is also somebody that I love to watch, and I think you will too. So thank you, Susan, for the stamp and sew idea. I think I'll definitely be doing a few more of these. It's like having a ready-made pattern. And you can draw them, but I'm not that good at drawing. Okay, so 1, 2, and sort back down. Oh, oh, oh. Pull it through. My little knot on the end. So, oh, I'm tangled up, guys, tangled up. I'm going to try and finish that off, just under the knot there. More knots. I don't think it's going to come undone. It's a knot. Okay, so do we want to put a big French knot in the middle? I think I'm going to, because I think it just needs something on the butterfly wings, and then we'll be finished. So I'm going to come up in the centre here, just where I've got a little space, and I'm going to do, this is the thicker cotton, so, and I've gone round 3 times, and we'll see what that does. Oh, I quite like that. I might do a couple. Shall I do a couple? If I do them together, it might look like one. I've got cat fluff on there. Oh, I could do. let's tie it up. What I'll do, obviously, well planned out this video, well planned out, is a little one in each of them top wings. And then I may do another one in the bottom 2 wings. So we're going to do another one sort of here in this gap. So 1, 2, 3, and back down in almost the same place. Do we want a couple in the bottom? Should we do it? Let's do it. I could have used a thicker wool, but I think, oh, that's a nice one. Now that one worked out really well. One more. And I think that will do for me. There's my little gap. One, 2, 3. Hold and push through. Hard to hold and push through. We've got, oh, toughness going on there. So that is the finished butterfly. I'm going to do you a little bit of a close-up, so you can see all my wonderful stitching. So next week, join me over on my new channel. We will be putting this into my book and also completing the final page. And I look forward to seeing some familiar names popping over. I'll see you soon, guys. Bye for now.